So the Auckland Kindergarten Association was formed 109 years ago, and it's that legacy, if you like, that we want to continue to make sure that we protect and that we're here for the next 109 years.
We've got over 1,200 staff, 107 kindergartens, 5 playgroups and 5 early learning centres. We were conscious that we needed to really have a look going forward as to what the organisation stood for, what our purpose was. We also knew that the landscape was changing. How are we going to adapt going forward?
We need to make sure that we're relevant to the children, relevant to the families and relevant to the community at large, and that we also offer a top-class environment so that our teachers want to work for us.
We undertook basically a 9-month consultation process. We had multiple surveys. We got feedback from staff, families, the wider community, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Social Development. The Strategy 2025 is all about delivering on our purpose for the next 10 years to 2025 and beyond. We have 4 key strategic pillars. Our first one is about education excellence, and that is for all of our teachers, head teachers and centre managers to be at the cutting edge of current teaching and learning. We then have another strategy that looks at involving communities and families in their children's education, because teachers can't do it alone, and we recognise that the community and parents are there as the first teachers for children. All this is underpinned also by the rest of our staff, support staff with the teacher aides, administrators, etc., and making sure that we've got strong systems in place. So that's our strengthen the core component. Those 3 components all link into our future focus and that longevity of the organisation going forward. There's no point having a strategy as a piece of paper up on the wall that nobody follows, so we wanted to make sure were outcomes based and that we were measuring the difference we would make.
In our assessment of what we do, we have to see what's important for both our organisation, our kindergartens and our teachers, and we all need to work in unison. And the one thing I can say is that always the communication is always open and clear. So the 2025 for us is just another way to move forward. And that means we give our feedback, they also give, their feedback. And that's the great thing, is that our relationship, everything is treated professionally. Nothing is ever personal, so whenever you communicate, it's always to make sure things can be done better.
Maybe we could make a volcano one day. What do you think we'd need if we made a volcano?
Hot things.
Hot? We'd have to be very careful if we were touching hot things, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Maybe we could have some...
Gloves.
Gloves? That would protect us, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but not really.
Yesterday, I walk in and he's wearing a lavela and it's Samoan Language Week, and he's doing a dance and he's learning Samoan words. And I mean, he's Samoan, he's half Samoan, and for me that's massive.
The teachers are able to give you confidence that they are dealing with situations with the very best and latest research behind them.
My son, he's severely autistic. They were just so compassionate and understanding. They understood my son. He wasn't a child that was going to be a problem. He was just another child that they had to deal with differently.
I'm confident that when he goes on to the next stage of life at primary school, he's going to be in a place where he's ready, and he's going to be confident going into that school.
The board were fantastic. They really supported the strategy and the direction that we felt we needed to go. They really enabled myself as CEO and the executive leadership team to get on with the job. Over the 9-month period, we had probably 40 or 50 roadshows. We ran webinars, we had video recordings that people could go and watch. We had multiple surveys, and the board were involved in the oversight of that every step of the way.
We're all ready to do our karakia now. Hands on lunch boxes. Toru wha. No mai ngā hua.
Our recent survey last year showed that over 91% of families felt that their children were more socially engaged and prepared because they came to kindergarten. 98% said that they were confident their children would transition well to school.
If you get the education right in those early childhood years, that provides the foundations for that future learning.
From my